All right. Welcome to the Pretty City Podcast. My name is Devin Reno. I am a online physique and performance coach, animal enthusiast. I changed my TikTok bio, a big animal guy.
Nice.
And most importantly, least successfully, independent professional wrestler.
Yes, sir. And
One half
Oh,
of the Pretty City Express, which you'll go into more detail about.
Christopher Landon Anthony Streeter, also known as Clas. That's me. I'm a clinical psychologist. That is also a doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor of psychology. It's very impressive by the time I was 27. And also an independent professional wrestler in the other half of the greatest tag team in the history of the world, the Pretty City Express.
GD Wright.
GD Wright. Yeah.
So, full transparency. We've been on this call for an hour already, catching up. So we'll do the pod catch up now, like we usually do.
Yes.
And gotta tell you what's been going on because we've had 2 weeks off from filming.
From Philly, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was like getting logged on today, I was like, all right, we're gonna be like, all right, we're back. And then I was like, wait a minute, we were so responsible and released episodes in order as they're supposed to be. So we're on a heater right now. This is gonna be the third one in a row that's coming out, I believe, probably today.
Yeah, it should be out today. I got time. I'm gonna make time. Because today I got booked for that fair show tomorrow.
Right.
So now I'm like, oh, our show's next week. And it really set in. I go, I have to do the video for that.
Yep.
I have to, a couple agenting assignments I got to do.
Oh my gosh.
As in, like, I shouldn't say this odd, but like, I have to do a lot because I haven't even thought about it. And I was like, oh, Dom's going to expect me to like have this done by Monday probably. Which, to his credit, he should. Like, so I was like, okay, I got to do that. The Winter Circle promo I'm doing today. I have my own stuff with. I have clients checking in today.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm busy. I got to lock in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be today. That'll be out today. This will be out today. And then, we have clips now?
Yeah, clips. Revolutionary.
Yeah, I'm trying my best with that. So I'm going to try to get those scheduled. And if not today, then I'll do that Sunday because Sunday is my other work day.
Yep.
Where I'm not booked. And, so this will be out today in its full entirety, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow the Pretty City Podcast on Instagram and YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty City Pod is the username for both. And the Instagram is like just fun clips. And YouTube has more like segments, so I uploaded a couple like 3 to 4 minute things, and then the shorts as well.
Nice.
So, but please subscribe, like, comment. It helps us a lot. And we're trying to, now that we're settled into, or at least I'm settled in to my new place, I'm trying to be more proactive with social media, which I hate.
Yeah.
I don't hate it because I understand it. It's just, it's not my favorite.
Yeah. Well, it's like I hate vegetables, but I understand why I need to eat them. So
That's
I
a great comparison. Yes.
Like social media sucks, and I think if there's ever a time in my life when I'm done wrestling, I'm 98% sure I will like be off social media most of the time. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like it's going to be like a sigh of relief. Like, I don't feel this rain cloud following me around, being like post, and then not posting and feeling guilty about it, and then creating a post, but then spending an hour trying to figure out what to say about it because I'm just in my own head. Like, I'm not going to miss that.
Yep. I can't wait to make enough money to just tell somebody, this is what I want to post. Please do it.
Yep.
Or have them come up with a plan. Go, cool. All right, I'll film that content. Or cool, I'll film this. Hey, I want this message out. Like that would be the dream.
That sounds.
Take care of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on it.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll create burner accounts to watch my reels.
Watch and comment.
I'll comment like Zamaya's dad.
Yeah. Devin Reno, let's go.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Shout out J-Dog. You're the
J-Dog's
man.
the man. Yeah.
All right. So how are your 2 weeks? You had a way bigger 2 weeks than I did.
We had a good 2 weeks. I'll give you some cliff notes for the trip. So Danielle and I went on a road trip up to Montana. We took 4 days to get up there, and so the first day was a hike, right? So I was like, hey, we're leaving at 4 a.m. because the coffee shop we like in Flagstaff opens at 6:30. That gives us time to get up there, get gas, get coffee, and then we're scooting. And we left by 4:45, which I was expecting, but that's fine. It takes her a little bit to get her engine up and running, but once it does, she's good. And then so we were driving. We drove through Monument Valley in northeastern Arizona. Have you ever been through there?
I feel maybe I have towards Colorado.
Towards Colorado, yeah, it's like towards the Four Corners area on the reservation.
I'm sure I have. Because I've been to the Four Corners, like to get to Dolores.
Yeah, it's a little bit west of the Four Corners. So like, if you're heading towards Four Corners, you kind of turn off and go north, up into the Monument Valley. So because I'd driven through there once before, but I didn't realize I went straight instead of turning north into the Monument Valley because I didn't realize. But this time we went, and it's like a little bit longer of a route, but dude, so pretty. It was so cool. It was like kind of rainy, and the sun was coming out, and there were just these massive, like, red rock structures, very interestingly arranged by nature all over the place.
Yeah,
so
that's cool. Maybe I haven't then. I feel like I'd remember that.
And there's the one scene when Forrest Gump where he stops running. Remember when he goes on his run for like 2 years?
I'll be very honest with you.
I
haven't seen it.
Oh my god! All right.
I've seen clips, but I have not seen it in its entirety.
Okay, so next watch along is us watching Forrest Gump together.
Fair. I've put you through enough. I'll watch Forrest Gump.
Maybe I'll do a movie review of Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
But there's this famous scene where he just goes on a run, and he runs all across the country, and then he stops in Monument Valley, and there's this point where he stops, and there's like people taking pictures, and it's just really like it's going up a hill, and there's all the monuments in the background, and it's really cool and pretty. So we drove through that.
That's cool.
And then we just spent the rest of the day. We drove through like Moab. We drove through northeastern Utah. There was all this dinosaur stuff up there that we saw, like just kind of highways, small towns, farms, mountains, stuff like that. It was really cool. The next day was a cool day. We got to go through Jackson, Wyoming. We went through Grand Teton National Park and then Yellowstone National Park all in one day.
Oh, wow. Oh,
dude,
nice.
It was so do you know what Old Faithful is? Like, do you know the geysers in Yellowstone?
Yeah.
So I figured take her to Old Faithful. It's like something she can talk about and like a cool thing. We walk up and it goes off within 10 minutes. It goes off like every 2 hours or so. So we got to see that.
Nice.
And then we were driving through the park heading on the way out, and there was like a herd of about 300 to 400 bison that just took over the road.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling us that.
Dude, it was the coolest thing. Like, just there were babies, there were like adolescent bison, there were full-grown monsters, and they were just like, there was a bunch on the road, there were a bunch playing within like 10 yards of us, and so we just sat there for 30 minutes because they were blocking the road and just watched the herd move around. It felt
That's awesome.
It felt like we were plucked into like the 1800s. It was so cool. There was everywhere. So that was pretty cool. And then the next day we drove up into Montana. We went to the Little Bighorn Battlefield National Monument, walked around there for a little bit, and then stayed in Bozeman. The next day we then drove up to Whitefish and were there for a week. And so it was a great trip. We had a lot of fun. We did our engagement photos, which stay tuned for those coming out soon. We're really happy with those. We had some fun ones, some sweet ones, some ones where my face looks fun. But yeah, we had a good time. And then we got back. We left on the 4th because, dude, I was looking up hotels. I saved like $100 at least by getting a hotel on the 4th versus like the 3rd or the 5th. Yeah, it was like cheap as hell, and there was like nobody in the hotel either. It was great.
Huh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it was cool. So we left the 4th, stayed in Salt Lake, and then drove the rest of the way, got home on the 5th last Sunday. So it was good. It was a good trip.
Nice.
That's what I've been doing the last 2 weeks. And then got back Sunday night, went to training on Monday, went to training on Wednesday, got my workouts in, and here we are today.
Here we are. Yeah. What is today? Oh, it's the 10th. Oh, okay, yeah. Damn, it's been a long week.
I know. But, okay, so it's been 2 weeks since we recorded. Or no, probably more than 2 weeks. But anyways, give us some updates on what you've been doing in the past couple weeks since we recorded last.
Yeah, I've been wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling Open has been, how do I say it? I've been on Wrestling Open for the past couple weeks, which has been awesome. They're, if you're not familiar, Beyond has Wrestling Open, which is its own thing, and they run every Monday and every Thursday, which for an indie company is crazy.
Insane.
Very, very impressive. Like, their slogan is on Thursdays is literally Wrestling Open every Thursday forever. And they've been doing 5 years at this point of weekly, episodic indie wrestling, which is insane. So very, very cool to be a part of that. And just seeing we talked about this before, but the more I get familiar with out here, the more wrestling history I learn. And just from like a worker standpoint. So obviously I'm a student of the game, but being out here, there's so much history just here with, I'll just give this example. When we first came out here last year, me and you, Hollow and Reed, who are Max's buddies, but Hollow trained Max, they were like, oh, you're part of the Kowalski tree, because Kowalski trained them. And we were like, oh, I mean, I guess, like, yeah, he's like our great grand trainer or whatever, you know. And so Killer Kowalski, if you're not familiar, is who I'm referring to. And because he trained Max and Hollow and so on and so forth.
Yep.
Well, last week, somebody was like, hey, what's your wrestling lineage? And that's a question I had never been asked.
Yeah. And
because out in the Southwest, nobody really talks about that. It's just not part of the culture. And I remember going like, oh, well, this guy, Max Bauer, is one of my trainers, and he's from out here. And they were like, I know Max Bauer. You're a Kowalski. And I was like, yeah, I guess. And so it's just they're like, wow, Kowalski from Arizona? And they were talking about how technically there's two main, I'll call them gangs for the lack of a better term, the Kowalskis and the Mr. Fujis.
Yes.
So it's like Kowalski and Fuji. And it was just very interesting. Like, oh, wow, these people, generations removed from their trainer, but they're this clan or this family. And then I learned about reunion dinners happening for certain sects of it. And like people flying up to go to these reunion dinners. I'm like, wow, like this is really cool. Because I love wrestling so much, but to see it actually appreciated to this level where people's lives are like enriched because of it, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like this is very, very interesting and really cool to be a part of. And like we were talking about before we started recording, I think because of that is why out here is just generations ahead of the Southwest.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just how the business works. Like if you would think with modern technology, social media, all the things, it would be pretty streamlined across. But then I go to a show, and this is no hate to any of the shows I've been on before, but the quality of wrestling, and to be fair, it is Wrestling Open. Like there's a very high standard of quality just in general. But every person on that show is good.
Yep.
Like the baseline level is good. And if you go to indie wrestling just normally, you do see a lot of matches where you go, oh, okay, they're new, or oh, they're learning. And even the crowd goes, all right, these people must be new. Yeah. And they're a little more forgiving. But out here, it's just so deep in terms of history and how many reps they get. And it's very much generations ahead because they've had more time to do it. So it is like I'm looking into the future a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, like okay, I had a vision for what I want like PCWAZ to get to, and I still want to help them get there and all these things, and the school specifically, the Arizona Pro Wrestling Training Center. And then I see this and I go, oh, this is next.
Yeah.
Like, we have to get here first because they're dealing with problems I never would have thought of.
Sure.
So I do have a big vision for it, but now I'm seeing more of the in-between steps, and I think that's opening my mind a little bit. I go, oh, okay, like, this is how we get to the next generation of where we need to be.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, dude, think about it. Like, there was just gaps where wrestling, it didn't exist in Arizona, didn't exist in New Mexico, didn't exist in Las Vegas until Joe DeFalco saved everyone's life and took it over.
Yeah. But, thank you, Joe.
Thank you,
our
Joe.
Savior.
There was just like these big gaps where it just like wasn't a thing. And even now, like when we went out there, I don't know if you've gotten more of this, but people were like, "Oh, what like wrestling is there in Arizona? Like I've never heard of anything." And we're driving like 500 people a show baseline.
Yeah.
Like people here know about it, but nobody else does. Versus all eyes are on the Northeast, just because, to your point, the lineage, the history, and it never, from my awareness, has never stopped being a part of that culture up there and being very, very relevant. So just differences. It's just behind out here, and hopefully with places like FSW being around for 17 years, PCW being around for now 6 or 7, 8 years, and building their audience, like it's coming.
Yes.
I think things are looking up, and also, dude, it's going to take some time for sure.
Yeah, it's not better. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it's more evolved. And I think that's
fair.
Like, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Where it sounds like, oh, you're just being nice about it. But I believe that there's great talent in the Southwest, but the infrastructure and all the things, and we have probably one of the more advanced infrastructures at PCW specifically.
100%.
But seeing this, it's not just infrastructure; it's just life. It's at this point, there are people whose dads were a part of this.
Yes.
Like that's insane. That's craziness and so cool. So seeing it's like, oh wow, okay, and hearing, oh yeah, this person back in the day, and there's this like family tree or a political history of all these things, and this school is split from here, which led to this, but then they made up and they came back together, and for lack of a better term, drama. But it's not drama, it's just history. It's things that have happened.
Yeah.
I guess political history is the best way to look at it, and it is very, very cool. It's just more evolved that way, and it's going to be very interesting. Obviously I'm really excited to be back next week, but I'm also like, oh, how am I going to view it now?
Yeah.
Through my lens.
Because,
and more specifically, September when I'm out there.
Yeah.
I think because I've only gotten a taste of it, being out here for a month or so. But I do think, oh, okay. I don't want to say I forgot how PCWs ran, but at this point, I've just been around something different. And I go, oh, okay, I know when I go back, there are going to be the things that I have muscle memory. And there's going to be things where I go, hey, let's do this way.
Yeah.
Or, hey, like, I want to switch this around. I've seen this happen at another show. I like it better, Which I guess is the whole purpose, is to evolve as a person and a character. So
100%. And bring that knowledge, that experience that you're getting out there in a place that's much more evolved and has much more history to a place that's very new in its infancy and is trying to continue evolving to be more similar to that. That's the point.
Yeah. And PCW draws bigger crowds.
Oh yeah.
They just don't run as much. Like Wrestling Open, you can't draw 500 a week. This economy with what's going on and everything, and just the fact that people can be on their phones and watch whatever at any time, it's really hard to draw 500 once every 2 months for us, Yeah. So it actually drew, I won't say specific numbers, but the promoter had a pre-show meeting where he talked about the amount of people that we had served that year so far, this year so far.
Yeah.
And he did the numbers and combined it all. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And he even said, he goes, when we were hot, we weren't doing these numbers yearly.
Wow.
But we're running more consistently, and we have a bigger baseline. So it might not be 2,000 people, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, it's like, oh wow, that's how many tickets, like that's how many people we were in front of this year. That's awesome.
Yep.
And so that was like, that put it into perspective for me, like, oh, this is a way different animal than I'm used to, which is good.
Yeah. Well, what's even more impressive about Wrestling Open and those shows to me is that all right, let's look at the very top of the business in WWE. They're doing, let's say, Raw and SmackDown every week. Mm-hmm. They're not in the same town every week when they run those shows. They're doing loops. They're all over the place. And they're drawing, obviously, a ton of people, but they're the number one, and they're doing it in different cities every night. Wrestling Open, every Monday and every Thursday in the same area, and drawing decent crowds, good crowds for out there every night, and then reaching that volume of people. That speaks volumes, and that, to me, is one of the most impressive parts about it. Like, to be there every week and just have that built into people's routine schedule that they're going to go watch Wrestling Open on Thursdays and Mondays. That's so cool to establish that. And
another thing that I'm very impressed with, I don't want to say proud of because I'm not quite a part of their product yet, at least in my eyes, but when I do get there, I'll be really excited for this opportunity, is the crowds know the stories.
Right.
So that's something that's yes, crowds understand stories from where we are, but the shows are typically so spaced out that you're getting like 10% of the people who are diehards, and like that's cool. But being out here, for example, they've been doing this. There's a story going on where the guy I'm wrestling on Monday, Bobby Casal, has been a part of this faction, the Ranch, and he's a good dude. He is, but he's been like kind of in the ranch to serve better purposes and to get more money, and so that he has better opportunities to provide for his family. Right? Cool, great story, love that. But the crowd has been chanting "Leave the ranch" since I've been up here. I was like, oh, I remember the first time I watched it, I didn't know what any of the stories were.
Yeah.
And being at that show and hearing the crowd, it was so easy for me. I go, oh, cool. They like this guy, Bobby. They don't like the ranch. This crowd wants more than anything him to leave.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. And it was every show he was on, leave the ranch, leave the ranch. And they were just going crazy. And then I was like, wow, this is interesting. I want to see how this unfolds. Last night, Bobby left the ranch. He kicks Wonder Boy's head off. And I remember the crowd exploded. It was so loud. And I specifically went out so I could be at the merch table so I could feel the crowd. Because I was excited. I was like, I want to see how this reaction pays off. And it was awesome. And it just opened my eyes to, wow, this is a crowd that is invested and they want to see what's next. But not only that, they're following along. It's not just, oh, cool, this happened. It's, no, they've been begging for this for weeks, and they finally got their payoff. And now what I'm curious about, and I'm lucky enough to be wrestling Bobby on Monday, how is that crowd Monday that wasn't there Thursday, because they're 2 hours apart? Yep. How are they going to feel when they see the video package play and they see Bobby left the ranch?
Oh.
What's that going to do for our match?
Right.
And are they going to be excited, or are they going to be a little behind and maybe not fully grasp, oh, he's left the ranch? Are we going to get leave the ranch chance? Or is he just full-blown babyface now? And I'm like, cool, all right, let's rock and roll. Like, I'm very curious to see how that story plays into our match.
Yeah, that's going to be I think they're going to react. And I think it's pretty accessible to follow along if you have a subscription to the streaming service, right? Like,
yeah.
I assume, man, if people are this invested in coming every single week, most of them probably have a subscription they're following along. I would assume. I really don't know, and we'll find out on Monday how, like, in the know people are. But it's just so cool to. We always hear Max say, right, like, yeah, it'd be different if it was a weekly program. Yeah, like we don't have the luxury of being on weekly TV. You get that now. That's so exciting and so fun, and you get to see the differences in how you can develop and tell a story, and how you can evolve your character, and how you can build relationships with the crowd so much more efficiently than, like, over the course of a year when we run 6 shows. It's like it takes 3 shows for them to remember your name. You know, sometimes right? Like they just forget. No fault of their own or anyone's. It's just the nature of it. But this has got to be such a cool experience to be a part of.
Yeah, I'm very blessed and very excited to see what's next.
Yeah. One thing we can talk about quickly is I haven't had any matches in like a month, but I got hard-weighed at training.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See that?
What are we doing? I leave for a month, and you guys think you can just beat up Clas?
I came, I texted Danielle when I left training, and it was just like, there's blood on my shoes, there's blood on the ring, there's blood everywhere. But real quick, I got back, I stitched myself up, I got back in, and I finished the drill.
Of course.
With someone different, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But I texted her when I was leaving. It's like a 25-minute drive home. I was like, I have bad news. And remember, we're leaving for Montana. That was Monday night. We're leaving for Montana Wednesday morning. We have engagement photos a week later. So I get home. I have a Band-Aid across my face, but there's like blood soaking through it and like kind of on my face also. And I walk in. She didn't say anything. I was like, oh, yeah, she's blind. I forgot. So I went up to give her a kiss and like say hello, and she was like, "What the fuck is that?" And she's like, "What happened?" And I told her, I was like, "It wasn't on purpose. It was an accident." She was like, "Who did this to you?" And I said, "Oh, it was Noah." She's like, "He's fucking stupid." I was like, "Well, it was an accident." She goes, "No, I think he's stupid." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Look, this is going to be fine. I'm going to put some gimmicks on it, and it will be good to go by the time we take pictures." And it was. The worst part, I had on Tuesday morning from 8 to 12:30, I had like a psychology retreat.
Oh, yeah.
So, dude, I was around all of the psychologists that I know in the VA, and it was either wear this bloody cut on my face or a Band-Aid on my forehead. That's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
I went with the Band-Aid because I thought just walking around with blood on my head was a weird vibe. And the Band-Aid like leaves a little mystery, like it could be anything.
Yeah.
So I went with the Band-Aid. I got there early, but they're a bunch of neurotic psychologists, so they were all there earlier than I was. So of course I had to sit in the front row. I'm just sitting there with a Band-Aid like, God, this is the worst.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then I wore a Band-Aid like the whole road trip too, to just keep like the ointment on it and stuff and keep it covered and out of the sun. Freaking Noah. So
Brady, Utah, I understand we killed you in January. You didn't have to do it like this. All right?
Yes.
Unbelievable. I remember I sent him a message as soon as I found out. And I wanted to see his face when he got out of the ring or like out of training and checked his phone and saw Devin sent a GIF.
Yeah.
It was like a threatening GIF or something. I forgot what it was. But
yeah.
He was just like, oh no.
You sent, I think as I got back in the ring and was like finishing the drill, I think Zoom's like told you what happened in our group chat. And you sent a GIF of like a jet aggressively taking off.
Oh yeah.
So I went, like, after I was done and was, like, taking my shoes off and stuff, I saw it, and I went and showed him. I was like, look who's coming to see you. He was like... Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah. There's, like, were you there the night that Brady, Utah, and I were trying to get through a drill and, like, clunked up 3 times in a row?
The drop down?
The drop down.
Yep.
Yes. And then me, like, falling over on... I don't remember what it was. But apparently we don't have chemistry in the ring.
I think because I went after you.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, buddy. You don't mess with my friend like that.
That's right.
Look, there are just people you don't have chemistry with.
And that's okay.
Yeah. We have a team like that where we wrestled them twice and it just did not go well. And they're a great team.
Awesome.
Great team. Everybody was like, we can't wait to see you guys wrestle.
Yep.
And that was true until the first match. And then the second match that got announced, and they're like, we can't wait to see you guys wrestle. They go, no, you can't.
Yeah. And you should.
We
you
don't.
Really honestly
yeah. Really should.
I was just thinking about the first match the other day.
Oh my God.
Because I don't remember much from it, but I do remember Bruce retelling the story of that match, being like, don't kick out. Just don't kick out. Oh, he kicked out. God damn it.
Stay down.
Stay down.
So in this match, we got hit with a bunch of moves, like devastating moves at the end of the match. And the crowd was just not feeling it.
Couldn't give
And they were very quiet. So we're just getting demolished. And Bruce Wayne's from Choppa City is in the back, and I'm sure you can hear him because it was so quiet. And he's going, "Stop kicking out! They're just gonna hit you with more moves."
Yep.
Was that? I think that was the first day you met Bruce.
No, I had met Bruce years before at an FSW show.
Okay.
Here's a funny story about Bruce. He just like that night, he just randomly showed up. He's like, "What's up? I'm Bruce Wayne's. Here's my business card."
Yes, very Bruce.
That card was in my bag for like 3 years. I just like put it in like a spot that I don't use and forgot about it. And I was like, "Oh!" So when he showed up that night, I was like, "Oh fuck! I remember. Here's your look. Here's your card." He's like, "Yeah, here's another one." So
wrestling is filled with charismatic people. Bruce Wayne's is the most charismatic person.
It's not close.
I know where every story's ending up when he starts it, but I'm still on the ride. I'm like, all right, I know exactly where this is going to go, how this is going to go, but there's always some twists and turns in there.
Always something new. It always gets to the same destination, but there's always, you would imagine, there's only a certain amount of paths you can take to get to this destination. Bruce Wayne's is a trailblazer. In so many different ways, and I'm here for it every time he tells me. Every time.
None of them are appropriate enough for the pod. I just remembered one where I was like, "This is insane." Yeah, Bruce Wayne's, Choppa City, Atiba, we miss you guys.
We miss you guys so much. You're the best.
I stole. Oh, I didn't steal. It's not Atiba's. It's Norman Smiley. But Atiba's the only one I know. I've like totally just jacked the Norman Smiley body slam.
It's so good.
I was like, it's so good, and nobody does it out here. So I was like, Teebs, thank you. I took like 4 from Teebs. I'm like, I know how to take them. I'll know how to give them.
He likes those Normans, huh?
He does, dude. He loves them.
Yep.
And they're fun to take. You're always like, whoa, like it's such a dip.
Yeah, you go for a ride. It's great.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I forgot what's next.
Oh, let's do our segments.
The segments. Oh, I almost did Pirates of the Caribbean again.
You take 1 week off, 2 weeks off, whatever. Go back to Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh my gosh! All right, let's hear it.
I go first. What do you mean?
Oh no, the music.
Oh,
Oh no.
Da 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 da. Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
I was just like, I'm going to be honest, I forgot it too. And what was coming to my mind, I don't think this is even Pirates of the Caribbean, maybe you know it, but ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
That's Monday Night Football, isn't it?
I think. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. That sounds like Monday Night Football.
Yeah. It's something football. Because it used to play on Madden.
Okay, there you go. Man, for a couple of athletes and supposed sports fan, hot start.
Hot start. I will say I've never claimed to be a sports fan.
That's true.
Although, dude, the WNBA is on fire right now. Yeah, the point, crazy.
She's the best.
She goes viral at least twice a season.
She's my favorite. Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. She is awesome. Big Sophie Cunningham fan.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah. Okay, so I got some sports stuff to talk about. Couple things. Right now, in this very moment, there's like a historic tennis match going on, a potentially historic tennis match. Now, do you know anything about tennis, professional tennis?
Not really. I know it's like I always think of it like golf culture.
For sure.
Where there's like all these unwritten rules. It's kind of highbrow. Like it's that's how I view it. I know it's very respected, which it should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I really know about it.
Okay, so tennis, I always kind of like whatever in tennis when I was growing up, but I started watching tennis randomly because there was nothing else on TV one summer, and I could not look away. Just like these guys are battling each other. It's just them. They're not allowed to talk to their coaches or anyone. It's just them. They can like get shouts from their coaches, but they're not conferencing with anyone for up to 5 hours in these matches. When it's like, it could be 70 degrees, it could be 105 degrees, and they're just battling. And so like the intensity of some of the rallies, and then the mental strength it takes to, how do you stay focused for 5 hours? And inevitably, no matter if you're the best in the world or someone who's like cooking right now, the match does this throughout the entire match. Like their level comes up, they're in a flow state, their level drops, and they double fault, and they can't hit a forehand, this and that. And it's just like watching individuals, men and women, navigate this is so fascinating to me. I think it's one of the more impressive and spectacular mental sports, in addition to the physical shape they have to be in. So I fell in love with it.
I've never thought about it like that. Yeah, that's crazy impressive.
Yeah, so in the last 15, 20 years, we've seen the three best tennis players of all time all play at the same time. So Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal.
Yes, that guy.
Yes.
I've heard about that guy. I've seen, he shows up on my Instagram, like highlight reels of him.
Federer?
Yeah. I don't know why or how, but they're sick.
Yes, he's the man. So he was the GOAT for a while, for like 5 to 7 years. He won a ton of majors, 4 major tournaments. There's the Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, which is going on right now, and the US Open. So he won a ton of those in the early 2000s, a couple in the early 2010s, and then he went on a run late in his career and got 3 more in 2017 and 18. So at that point...
Sorry. Is he the guy who... there's some guy, it might be him, or one of the other two you named, but he hit all these accolades, and then in the press conferences, they kept going like, what's it like to be the first person to do this? And he's like, I'm pretty sure Serena did it, like, years ago. And they were like, well, first man. He goes, there you go. Yeah, first guy. Like, he kept correcting him. Like, I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, well, no, I'm not. And he would always, like, put the shot. I'm like, oh, like, what an athlete. Like, what a class act.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, this has been done before. Like, you idiot. You know? Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was always super cool. I don't know if it was him, but there is a tennis player like that. I was like,
Yes.
oh, that's dope.
And that's, it could have been, I'm not sure who it was specifically, but that's one of the cool things about tennis too, at least as far as the public goes. Almost everyone is nothing but a class act, and like respectful of their opponent, respectful of the women, the men. Like, everyone is just giving flowers to the other person all the time.
That's
which is cool, which I love and really respect. So yeah, you have Federer. He's like the coolest, the smoothest tennis player, like the most effortless looking tennis player, and then he was just like so charismatic and so smooth and so cool that everyone fell in love with him. And then Rafa Nadal comes along, and then him and Federer are battling, and then Djokovic comes along, and him and Nadal are battling as Federer is kind of going into like the third spot, and it's still being very competitive. So we have these 3 guys who are the best of all time in their sport playing at the same time, and it just led to like incredible tennis through the 2010s and late 2000s. So Federer has 20 Grand Slams. Nadal has 22. Damn. They're both retired. Djokovic has 24 Grand Slams.
Whoa.
So he's tied for the most Grand Slams of all time with, I can't remember who is the other one, but it's a woman who has the 24. It's not Serena. She has 22. She's tied with Nadal.
Wow.
But so if he wins, he's in a semifinal match right now against the guy he lost to in the semifinals last year. If he wins this one, then he's going to have a good chance of winning his 25th and 8th Wimbledon, which will tie Federer for the most Wimbledons of all time. So basically that's like if someone was about to beat Undertaker's streak and Ric Flair's streak in the same night.
Whoa, that's cool.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is Djokovic is 39 years old, and Sinner is in his early 20s, mid-20s.
Okay.
So you have Father Time, like, so when Federer was getting a little bit older in his late 20s, and this is like late 2000s, early 2010s, no one had sustained a high level of tennis, or almost no one had sustained a high level of tennis into their 30s. And so Federer won Grand Slams when he was 37 and I think 38, which was absolutely ridiculous and unheard of. Nobody had done that before. But since, remember, the 3 greatest of all time have played at the same time. They'd all won some in his late 30s, and now Djokovic is 39 and going for his 25th Grand Slam. So, like, just really, really cool history happening all at the same time with this match. And so, and a couple other things about Djokovic. He's reached the Wimbledon semifinals 15 times. He's made 8 straight Wimbledon semifinals. So, like,
damn,
it's incredible. And then I watched, so the quarterfinals match was on, I think it was on Tuesday. It started at like 9:15, and it looked like he was about to, it was a good match, tight, and it was this guy from Canada who was early 20s, so he had, a gas tank, but this guy's on the come up. I watched it for like an hour between patients, another hour between patients, and then I had to go and do some appointments, and it looked like Novak was about to win. I come out an hour and a half later, and the match is still going on because this dude made this epic comeback. And that's what I mean about like the level changing and everything changing. It's so freaking cool. They played a 5-hour and 15-minute match. And they...
What?
Yeah, 5-hour and 15 minutes. Longest Wimbledon quarterfinal in tournament history. And they finished it 6 minutes before the curfew. So with Wimbledon, there's a hard curfew where if they go over time, they have to shut it down and start the next day.
The same match just resumed?
Yeah, but they made it like
Holy
just before the
fuck.
curfew happened. So it was like just an insane match.
Wow.
Again,
yeah.
He's 39 years old, which is unheard of playing at this level of tennis. So
that's wild.
Yeah. Couple fun facts about Wimbledon. So Wimbledon is the oldest tournament. It started in 1877.
1870. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So 150 years old.
Yep.
Next year will be 150?
Yep. Exactly.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. The thing with Wimbledon is it's very like strict. Everyone wears white, and the reason players have to wear white, this is like an old traditional thing that's just interesting, is because white clothing hides sweat better than dark clothing. So they don't want to see your nasty sweats.
Yeah. That's the thing that I always maybe took me out of tennis. I was like, ugh, okay. I'm not I am a rules guy, but I'm not a rules guy. You know that better than anyone, probably. Yes. Like, all right.
That statement was perfect for you. Yep. And then one of their staples is they serve strawberries and cream. So the strawberries and cream, they started serving it on the initial year, and that's just like a staple. You're getting these like grade A amazing strawberries, and that's just their thing. Strawberries and cream.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, final stat. Kind of a cool stat. So Djokovic, like I said, 39 years old, won more Grand Slam titles than any man in history. And today, right now, in this moment he's playing, he has a chance to move within one match, becoming the first player to ever win 25 single titles and tying Roger Federer's record for 8 Wimbledon. So this is like just a cool sports moment to be following, and so I'm curious to check in and see how he's doing this match. Again, the guy beat him last year, Yannick Sinner, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's just a shout out to tennis. What's that?
That's a sick name,
Yannick Sinner.
Yeah, that's a wrestling name. Yeah,
oh, dude, you're right. Yeah. Yep. So, if you ever like find yourself flipping through and see a tennis match on, just watch, and just for the mental stuff that I talked about. It's so fun, and if you're into the like mental side of things like I am, it's just fascinating how these guys are able to just bear down and grind through it and figure out and like find their level again and find their game and then lose it and then find it and lose it and find it, and then the mental battles between the point. Like, it's just, there's so much mental that goes into it. It's fascinating.
Yeah. It sounds like an emotional athlete's worst nightmare, which would be my worst nightmare. I feel like I would like the challenge of it.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that'd be rough.
Yeah.
Like I've never thought about that.
Yep. Yeah. It like, and you hear the announcers talk. So the announcers are mostly old tennis players. I don't know if you've heard of John McEnroe. He's kind of a famous tennis player from the 80s, and him and his brother are the two like color commentators for the major matches. And so,
oh, that's cool.
They're very good, very entertaining. But they talk about like, and I've learned a lot just from listening to them, how it's so important to kind of tether your emotions, right? So you'll see the tennis players like emote after certain points, but not after others. And you'll see them then freak out and break a racket at some points. And it's like, I don't know if he can't be doing that because it's this temperature out, and we're 3 hours into a match that's obviously going to go at least 4.5. Like, he's got to be careful and realize how to, like, when to expend his energy. And then they'll talk about too, like, some games. And do you know how the scoring in tennis works?
So it's 15, 30, 40, and then match point, right? Or game point?
Yep.
And then you could have the deuce where you have like the advantage and so on and so forth. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, love is 0, then 15, 30, 40. And then if you're tied at 40-40, that means deuce, you have to win by 2. And then it just goes to deuce. So when you win that, that's one game. Okay, so then I have one game, you have 0 games. The first to get to, essentially, it's more complicated, but I'm just going to try to make it simple. The first to get to 6 games wins the set. The match is a best of 3 sets, or best of 5.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right. Wow. So that's why, because Danielle was like in and out during that match the other day, and she's like, how is it so long? And I was explaining it to her how, like, you can sit and deuce in one game for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes in some cases, and then that's just one game, and you have to win 5 more in the set to then go to the second set, right? It's like,
oh my God.
Yeah, so I forgot where I was going. Damn it.
Fun fact, I know that because of Wii Tennis.
Dude, Wii Tennis? Fire.
That was it. Yeah.
Yep.
That was my ish. I was like, what the hell is a deuce? And then I figured out through playing.
Yeah.
That's the only tennis I have on me is Wii Tennis.
Wii Tennis was fun. I don't know, I don't know if you even had an N64, but there was Mario Tennis, which was also very fun on the N64, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that was one
of my favorite. You just play tennis as Mario characters?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to bring that back.
Oh, for sure. Like, like Bowser had a massive serve and like a huge forehand, but was slow as shit. Like,
that's awesome. Yeah. Hell yeah,
dude.
How is that not a thing?
I know. I don't have it. The one I have is Mario Golf, which is a lot of fun on the N64.
Oh, that's fun. They just did Mario, all these sports,
everything, and they're all fun.
Yeah, of course. Did you ever play? You might have liked it. Backyard baseball,
dude.
Yeah,
you fucking bet. Yeah,
backyard baseball and backyard football were like my favorite games.
The best, because backyard football had Ricky Williams on it. He's like the one I remembered, and he was my favorite player when I was little.
Nice.
And then there was dude, backyard baseball and backyard football, so fun on the. You played on the computer?
I think so. I had a PlayStation, and I had primarily played it on the PlayStation.
Oh, so we had. It was It was like a disc, like a DVD or like a computer disc. You load it into the computer, and then you have to download the program, and then you could play on the desktop. That's how I played it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, Pablo was my favorite.
Pablo Sanchez, he's the man.
He's the GOAT.
Yep.
The GOAT. Every time I see it pop up on Twitter, they'll say like, "You have no idea who this is, but he's the GOAT."
Yeah,
he's the man, dude. I love Pablo.
The best.
Backwards hat, just fast as hell.
Yep,
could hit my guy.
Bombs.
Oh yeah, that was my guy.
What a game! Yeah, I miss it. God, yeah, good stuff. But yeah, so to I guess put a bow on it, tennis is really cool. And maybe I fell in love with it because I got to watch the 3 best players of all time play at the same time, which was just like great TV and great drama. And then I just appreciate you have to be so wealthy to make it in tennis. Like you really do, because you're traveling, the tournaments are expensive, you're traveling all over the world. Like it's a sport where you got to have some money in 99.9% of the cases, but like the respect is incredible. The sportsmanship, the gamesmanship, like it's just a cool sport to watch from a mental and obviously a physical aspect, because if they're going for 5.5 hours back and forth with minimal breaks, like that's incredible. So
yeah,
give tennis some love.
That's awesome. Tennis deserves it.
Yeah. I always tell people this, like when women's sports comes into the conversation, I have the most, like, and I think this is pretty true across the board. I think women's tennis gets the best love out of most women's sports.
I say so.
And I think like an easy cop out answer is to be like, well, look what they're wearing. Like, okay, they're wearing like a skirt with shorts under it and a tank top. Like, it's not like.
Wait, what are they saying?
Like, oh, people like to watch women's tennis because they're wearing sexy outfits.
Oh, what?
That's a common like reason to why you give women's tennis some love, but I think
that's crazy. I've never heard that before.
I think people who watch it, it's like it's really fun to watch, and I think I just love tennis too, and I think most people who watch tennis can go back and forth no problem between men and women and enjoy it. Like these women are so competitive, and it's the same thing they're going through, right? You still have the same mental battles. You still have being out there for 2-3 hours at a time. And then to win a major, I think you have to win 8 matches in the span of 2 weeks. So you're playing every other day. And then they go from one tournament to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. They're traveling all over the world. It's incredible. So I'm a big fan of, like, I've always been a fan of women's tennis too, right? Serena, Maria Sharapova, currently Arina Sabalenka, and then there's a bunch of Americans that are great too. Like, it's a fun sport to watch, whether it's the men or women.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That brings up a good point. I'm curious, like, I'm trying to rank in my head, like, I guess respect for a lack of a better term, that women's sports gets compared to their male counterparts.
Yeah.
Tennis is up there. I would say, even like women's MMA for a while, but that's kind of fallen off. Like
Ronda
recently, yeah.
Ronda was the one who did that.
I think Ronda did that, put it on the map, and then Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Zhang Weili, they had their match, which is a GOAT match, like GOAT fight of all time. It's up there. And I think that made people go, oh, wow, like this is as legitimate as it can get. And then I think since they kind of fell off, everyone's just Amanda Nunes, murdering people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of in a weird transitional phase right now. And to be fair, like the UFC is too.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, it's kind of gone since the Paramount thing, and there's just so much UFC product out that you're like, okay, I can't keep up with all this, and the quality isn't exactly the highest, you know. Right. So like we have Conor coming back, and that's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah. Like
it's fine, but it's not. He's ruined so much of his reputation by now, and it's been such a GSP used to call it like a honey dick, where it's just like, dude, either fight or don't. Like, I'm done hearing about it. And now he's finally fighting, and it's okay. I think it's tomorrow. Is it?
I don't know. I just saw he was fighting like yesterday or the day before.
Tomorrow.
If it's tomorrow, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, like you just found out about it, and he's fighting Max Holloway.
I knew that,
which is insane.
Yeah.
Let's see. He might be tomorrow, and if it's tomorrow and there's this amount of hype, that's so sad. It's tomorrow. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a stare down. Yep. Whoa. Not a great promotion job, I feel like.
Dude, well, it's funny because this kind of goes into a talking point with wrestling. Is there's that old worker mindset, and I don't have an opinion on it. I see both sides of guaranteed contracts ruined wrestling because it stopped the boys from trying as hard.
Yeah, right.
Which I understand the ambitious side of that. I also think paying your talent is a good thing. I think giving them making sure they're secure and everything is priority over ambition. My opinion. And I say that as an ambitious person. But
right.
With the UFC, I think in the WWE, to be honest, it's just like that. Like, they got these billion-dollar deals, and then it's cool, we're locked in. Well, okay, but what do you mean? And it's like, well, then the goal doesn't become let's put out the best product, it's let's make the most money.
Yeah. And
sometimes those don't align. Making the most money and having the best product isn't, like, you would think they would correlate, but that's not how capitalism and art works. That's not it. So I think that we're seeing it on a grander scale now, where like these companies are like, well, guaranteed contracts ruined the ambition, and it's like, but you're going to take these mergers and these payouts and these deals and then do the same thing you're accusing these workers of. Yeah. Like, that's kind of crazy. That well, do we really have to promote? Like, it's on streaming. We already got the deal. They're already subscribers. Like, I don't know. It's like, well, okay, you got rid of the pay-per-view model. Where's your ambition? Right. You don't have to promote because you got this $7 billion deal. All right, I guess the product suffers now, which is crazy in my opinion, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, and especially like Conor, like say what you want to about him, but he was one of the best drawing fighters of all time. You know, so you would just think that like, okay, there's gonna be a way to promote this to get more revenue going. Like I would think that would motivate them to do something with the promotion. But I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just, hey, we have the subscriptions. Who cares? People who have it are going to have it. People who are going to get it because of Conor in the next 24 hours, great. But whatever, we're good.
Yeah, I don't know the answer besides make less money and put more effort into the creative. But you can't. Also, who am I to say that? Because I haven't made that much money.
Fair.
So that's not my field. That's not my goal. That's not my ambition. There are people out there who just want to make the most money possible. Okay, I don't agree with it, but I understand it.
Yeah.
So if that's your only ambition and you see this art form or this sport as a vehicle to do that, great. It sucks from someone who appreciates the art and the sport of it all, but it also is like, okay, well, what can I do?
Yeah.
What can I do to be different? What can I do to be fulfilled, you know? And I think people, they have a hard time accepting that. And you see that a lot, especially with wrestling fans in the WWE and the direction it's gone since WrestleMania 40, where they get so mad about it. And it's like, it's happening whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. You getting this mad to the point where it's affecting your life is not going to change the direction it's going in. And it's very clear that that's the case.
Yeah.
So control what you can control. And if that's watching another product or finding something else to do with your time or not watching it, just not like stare at a wall instead, you know, like do anything. And it's not even like, well, the only way to hurt them to change is to do this. It's, no, just accept the fact that they won't change. Find what you want to do. And then if they change, awesome, go back. Nobody's ever like, you know, once you leave, you can never come back. That's asinine.
Yeah.
Just accept that they're going a direction that maybe you don't like, and then find something else.
Right.
And if you hear something, you go, oh, cool, I'll go watch that. Do that. Yeah. Like, nothing is stopping you from doing that. There's so many entertainment options.
Yes.
Just go do that.
Yes.
Brothers Wrestling Open every Monday, Thursday.
Right.
IndependentWrestling.tv. Watch it. You know, there's AEW. They just had a crazy, I don't know if you saw anything about Beach Break. It was insane. Insane show. And if that's not your style, again, okay, watch something else. But if you haven't given AEW a shot and you're watching WWE and getting mad about the new direction,
try something
maybe
else.
Go there.
Yeah.
And even AEW has TV contracts that they're fulfilled by and they're trying to get. And the executives may have a say in it, just like TKO does with WWE. I don't understand the business on that scale. I'm not pretending like I do. But if you don't like the decisions being made, then stop taking it so personally and being so mad about it and just find something else.
Yeah. This is like what we talked about with Brother on his podcast of like, man, it's a good thing that not everything is the same because there's so many different options for streaming wrestling. There's so many different things. Like, if you can't find something that you like, that's probably on you because there's so many options out there, whether it's old, whether it's new, whether it's WWE, whether it's a backyard mud show. Like, there's something out there for everyone in the wrestling world, and if you can't find it, that's on you. So no point in getting upset on this stuff. Like, go find something you like.
It's literally like a toxic relationship where you won't leave because you're comfortable.
Yeah.
That you're comfortable with this product, and you know the people, and they're good enough to where you see what they can be, and that's why you go, well, I just want them to change. Well, I'm sorry to say this, and you've learned it from experience probably, a lot of people in their life, some people, some companies, some products won't change. Mm-hmm. Or they become someone that no longer fits in your life.
Yeah.
Just accept that. As hard as it is, maybe do some work on yourself and realize why you're so attached to a certain thing that keeps making you so mad. Yes. And go, what do I have to do to not be so upset by this? And I promise you there's a way more fulfilling life out there yes. than being mad about watching. And it's not just WWE or the UFC or even AEW people have this relationship with. Go find something else. Yep. It's okay. Let go of this person and this relationship you have with this product and go to therapy and move on.
Go touch grass.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a weird tangent from tennis, but I appreciate it.
But this is, I guess, in many ways, shapes, and forms, a podcast that has a lot to do with wrestling, so it makes sense that we made it back to wrestling.
That's fair. Yeah. That is, I mean, we've made fun of me specifically for it, but that's just how my brain works. Like, that's literally, we've done that segment where you mention a life concept, and I go, oh, it's like in wrestling where this happens. You're like, exactly. Yeah. Sure, Dev.
Exactly. Oh, man.
I'm going to grab a drink really quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, let's do it. Are we pausing?
This. So, is it Disclosure Day? Or, sorry, Rito's House of Horrors?
Yes.
That's the movie?
Yes. Let's
right.
hit it.
So, special edition of Reno House of Horrors.
Okay.
It's not technically a horror movie, and also I have a Reno's. We've never got into my dating life on here. I have a funny story that has to do with this movie.
Love it. All right.
So, but I guess, how do I say it without? I'm not going to come on here and talk about my dating life. However, Clas knows I end up in some very interesting scenarios that it is very much, it's me being me applies to every part of my life.
Yes.
We'll say that.
Yes.
There are a lot of Devin Reno moments. So this one, okay, so Disclosure Day, the new Steven Spielberg film. Have you seen anything about it?
Nope. I don't think, I don't think so. Not off the top of my head.
Essentially, the plot is there's a secret government agency that's been hiding that aliens exist, and we know about them, and we've interacted with them.
Hence Disclosure Day.
Yes.
Okay.
And somebody goes rogue, and they decide they're going to release it to the public, and kind of like a Snowden type deal, but with aliens.
Yeah.
And then there's a group of rogues who are trying to leak the information the right way, and then there's the government agency who's trying to stop them, obviously. And then there's just the fact that, aliens are here that you have to worry about.
Okay, yeah.
So, very, very good. And it's Spielberg.
Yeah, of course.
And before I get into the movie, I will say I was excited about it when I saw the trailer, and then I saw a lot of people talking trash about it. And it kind of disappointed me, because everybody's like, I built it up to be this, it wasn't that, or like, this is lame, it wasn't what it said it was going to be. And I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. But, so I'll just set the precedent there.
Yeah.
I had a date, the one I told you about, where we went to like Portsmouth, and we went to the beach. It was like cool. We hung out for a while, great time. And then we were like, let's, she wanted to go see a movie Tuesday. So great. And she's like, I haven't seen a movie in a while. What's out? And I was like, I honestly don't know. Let me know. And she's not a horror movie fan. So she said something about, she's like, I've seen things about Obsession. I was like, I don't think.
Not for you.
Not for you right now. Like, maybe when it's out on streaming.
Yeah.
But right now, like, I don't know if you could handle that. And she goes, okay. So she said Disclosure Day. And I went, honestly, I'm down, because she was into, like, sci-fi. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm down. I think that'd be good. And so we went. So, on the date, and this has happened before, where they connect to my CarPlay.
Yeah.
Actually, the first time it happened was a couple years ago. It was before my last relationship, where this girl just randomly, she picked me up. She was like, hey, I'm outside. And I was like, excuse me? She was like, well, you said you weren't doing anything. I'm outside. I want to go do something. I was like, okay. I shouldn't say that as a side. But Anyways, we actually went out and like had a good time, but while she was driving, because normally I don't want to say let, because that sounds like controlling, but like I drive on, I drive 99% of the time. Actually, this is the only time I think a girl has driven me.
Whoa.
Meredith drove me twice, I think.
Whoa.
And we dated for almost 3 years.
Okay.
So yeah, my pops was like really big on that. He was just like, "Hey, drive." And like if they're like my relationship before, so 2 relationships ago, she was into cars. She liked driving, so I was just like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like if I'm not going to be like, "You can't drive." It's just like, okay, whatever. But so, anyways, she was driving and her phone was connected, and another guy had texted her, and whatever. If it's just like, okay, I understand the game.
Yeah.
And she got really weird about it. She's like, "Oh, that's like a friend from this," and I go, "Hey, it's okay. I'm not stressing about it." She's like, "Okay, it's just a friend from." Okay, not stressing about it. So whatever. That's a little backstory. Because fast forward on Sunday, same thing happened. She was connected to my CarPlay and playing music, and then a guy popped up, and she was like, didn't reference it. She's like, "All right, thank God. Like, I don't have to deal with that awkward thing." And again, not stressing about it. We're dating. We're not like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
And so that happened. Okay. I don't know. I'll make up a name.
Okay.
Name on the thing was Pug. Okay. So I had to get it in. Sorry.
All right.
This is the only reason I made another cup of coffee. So,
okay.
Pug comes up. Message from Pug.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. And then on Tuesday, we go to the movie. Didn't even remember it. We sit down. We go. There's a person in the row in front of us. They're alone. And I go, "Hey, I'm going to run to the restroom. You need anything?" "No." I go. I come back. She's talking to the person. And very outgoing person. And so she's like talking. And this is not like on our first date. She was chatting it up with strangers. So it was like, oh, okay. Like this is new.
Yeah.
And she was talking. I sat down. She goes, "Oh, this is my friend, Pug." No way, dude.
What?
No way.
What?
Yeah.
Devin. How?
Pug had a picture when the name came up on the same person.
How?
Bro, I was like, this is only me.
Yeah, 100%.
This is what I'm saying. Like, these are the situations I end up in where I'm just like,
What? Okay. Did we talk about it at this point?
No.
All right.
No,
All right.
still no clue.
Okay.
And we haven't. So it kind of like fizzled out. We haven't really talked, which whatever, cool.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing I'm most curious about.
Yeah.
Like I want to know, just purely from the chaos of it, like how awkward was that for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm just so like because that's hilarious, and on either side, right? It's just like if she was talking to this person,
Yeah.
which she totally could just be a friend. I don't know, which whatever. But if she was talking to him, how hilariously awkward for all three of us.
Oh, well.
If that was the dynamic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And for me, I think because I'm just more of a level-headed person in my personal life, to me it's like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah.
You know, like whatever.
Yeah.
But I can see how people get really like weird about that situation.
Of course.
So I was like, Clas is gonna love this.
Dude.
This is so funny.
This is like every week that we talk, there's like a new peak Devin moment.
Bro, Tuesday at 12 at noon, we saw this movie.
What are the
not
odds?
only yeah exactly not only are the odds of other people being in the theater so slim,
Yeah,
but the person
I don't know, man. If you're comfortable, do whatever you want to. But also, I would just love it if you were like, hey, I'm cool with whatever's happening or not happening between us, but you got to give me some information here, like
to find out,
yeah,
right?
to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so curious.
Like, I'm literally just curious. Like, no strings attached. Just give me some tea.
Yeah, like, were you talking to this person? And if you were, how hilariously awkward is that?
Yeah.
Just, like, can we just talk about how funny that is?
Yeah, that's it.
And then we'll go, yeah. A Tuesday at 12 noon. And I think the only reason I clocked it was because with the previous girl back in the day, she put up a picture again saying, like, the guy had a picture on the contact info. She put up a picture with him after we had like fizzled out, like a couple weeks after. So for me, I was like, oh, okay, like that was certainly something.
Yep.
And I think because she made it such a big deal, it stuck in my head. But now that happened again, I was like, oh, okay. And then just how it ended up, I was like, dude, this is peak Devin dating life right now.
It very much is. God. PSA for people out there listening to this and or dating, how about put your phone on Do Not Disturb?
There is an option to not have your message pop up.
Right. It's very accessible. It takes maybe 1.5 seconds to do that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I do it simply because I don't like that notification popping up on my thing. Like, if I'm driving or navigating, because then if I see Clas text you this, I'm not focused on driving. I'm going to start thinking like, oh, fuck, okay, like,
right.
what does he need to know, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I have Do Not Disturb on specifically at all times.
Yep, me too.
I also, I designated to get past Do Not Disturb. It's you, it's my mom, it's my sisters, my brother, and that might be it. And because, yes, one, because you're Clas, but two, I was missing, because you're like the adult of the tag team, and there were so many things where like, hey, Dev, I need this. Or like, hey, Dev, this person needs this, or like, we need to. Are you available for this? That I was like, oh, I can't have them on Do Not Disturb. Like, I'm just gonna keep missing these. So I felt bad. But
so sweet. Yeah. So I have two things. Number one.
Yes.
I keep my phone on. I've kept my phone on Do Not Disturb ever since I figured that out. And this is like for me,
best.
Years ago. I don't want to be, to your point, thinking about this or that and having messages pop up on my screen when I'm driving or get like buzzes. It's just like a little distraction that's going to make me cranky and that I'm going to notice and take my attention away from whatever I'm doing. And if I'm at work, like, I'm not going to turn my phone off. So if I'm in session and there's like a Chipotle Cuties group message going off, like, bzz, bzz,
yes,
bzz, that's like just unprofessional. And then at the bottom of that, I don't want to be bothered most times.
Oh, that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. The reason why I'll show everyone. Here's my favorite part about Do Not Disturb. It takes those numbers off the screen.
Yep.
So like here, I took it off. 866 messages. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
30 on Messenger. I don't even have Instagram notifications on. Like, there's all that. I don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting there and think about how overwhelming my life is. So I'm on Do Not Disturb. Look at how clean that looks.
Ooh, that. Yep. That's how mine
Nothing.
is. Yep.
Nothing.
Oh.
I don't want to know any of that.
Yeah.
Partly, and to be fair, this is why I'm really bad at texting.
Right.
This is why it takes sometimes a while to get a hold of me. But at the same time, it's worth it to me to know that Devin's not the most responsive, other than being so overwhelmed all the time.
Yes.
And somebody was like, okay, so this girl, we had a conversation about this. Because I will notice some people, I don't know if they get offended but they're kind of like, why am I on? Because Apple, little sellout Apple, decided to let everyone know that I have their notifications silenced.
Yep.
What the hell, man? I thought we were cool.
Cool.
I pay you this phone. I pay money for this phone, and you're just going to go, yeah, all right, we're going to snitch on you.
Yep.
Like, what's that about? I don't like that.
Not good.
And I found that out because of my past relationship. It turned into thinking, so that happened, and they, like, I don't know if they took offense to it, but as if I was, like, ignoring them.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how to make her not be on Do Not Disturb, which I was able to. Then it became when she was annoyed or we were in a fight or something, or she wanted to prove a point to me, she would do that. And I go, okay.
So used as a weapon.
So, yeah. And so I think it has that connotation for some people.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because, like, I don't want you to think that.
Yeah.
Like, I would never passive-aggressively do that to you.
Right.
I would just tell you, hey, asshole, like, what that. Or I would just ignore you until I'm not emotional and go, all right, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
And with that, I was like, that's kind of like a rude way to use that. It's such a cool feature.
Yeah.
But I do think some people think that, because this girl specifically was like, oh, yeah, I was going to ask you about that. And I was like, oh, okay, please do. And then she asked, she goes, what, like, why do you have that? And I explained to her, and I showed her the messages, and I go, I'm not bragging. And she goes, well, is that just like ads and stuff? I went, yeah, some of it is. I go, but between clients, between shows that I'm on, between creative things, or people just messaging me to see my thoughts on something, like, I'm not trying to brag. There's a lot of people who are trying to talk to me at times, and group chats and all those things. Like, it gets overwhelming, especially with me, because I am an emotional person, and when I hyper focus on something, I hyper focus. It does become so overwhelming for me where, like, I can't do any of this.
Yeah.
And then, so for my mental, I do need Do Not Disturb. I don't need it. That's dramatic. But it helps me a lot, because I can just kind of, like, go at my own pace. And I don't have to feel like I'm, because, I mean, you know this more than anyone probably. When I'm being told what to do, or I feel like I'm being told what to do, I have an issue.
Yeah.
And, or like when people feel entitled to my time, I'm just like, hey, hold on. I'm more than willing to give you my time, but don't expect it, or don't say you deserve. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get really weird about that. So yeah, it has a very negative connotation for people, which I think is sad, because it's a great feature.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't take offense to it. Like,
No.
oh, cool. Either they're driving, or they're working, or they're like me and they don't want people
Exactly.
on their phone all the time. Which
Exactly. I'm like always surprised when people are like, yeah, why are you on Do Not Disturb all the time? Like, I thought, this is me, like, just assuming, but I thought everyone would do it, because it's like, who likes getting buzzes all the time? But apparently we're the weird ones, because
yeah.
but I can't imagine, like, all the notifications. Like, I would, early in our relationship, Danielle had the Apple Watch, and she always had the notifications on, and I would I'd be like, you got to stop, because maybe you don't notice it, but I notice it, and it's really pissing me off. And, like, I know you're paying attention to me, and that's great, but this is distracting me, so you got to cut that shit out, because I'm not used to it. So it seems like a no-brainer, but I don't know. Maybe people like the buzz.
Maybe. And I do, like, that was so similar. That was a problem in my last relationship, where if she got a notification and she looked at her phone, she would get sucked into it. And if I was talking or we were having a conversation, she would just gone.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I remember specifically, there was one time where she asked me something, wrestling related, and she ended up talking about, like, she went into her phone, but I was answering her question, and I talked for like 3 or 4 minutes, and I just stopped talking, and there was no response. I was driving, and I looked over, and I was like, did you listen to any of that? And she goes, oh, sorry, I was looking at this thing. I went, well, when did you tune out? She goes, no, I was listening. I go, but no, you weren't, because you, like, it just became that thing. And so for me, it was, I don't care if you have to talk to work or something like that, can you just let me know?
Yeah.
So I don't end up talking for 5 minutes to nobody.
Yeah.
And so that's another thing with the notifications. If I'm talking to someone, I don't want me to be that person.
Yes.
Where I look at my phone, I go, 'cause I actually did that the other night. I felt really bad. I was on my phone, and this person had asked me something, and I forgot what had popped up, but it was something that I was like mentally trying to figure out and help this person with, and I was just like, hey, I just kind of like looked. I was like, I'm sorry. They were asking me to get in the ring to like work with them a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry. I can't right now. Like I have to go. I sorry. I was so caught off guard, and I literally just told them, I go, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a dick. I was looking at something on my phone, and I have to mentally like. I'm just trying to help this person with something, and they were cool about it. But I felt terrible because I was like, oh, I got caught in that. And to be fair, it's not like I was talking to them and then went on my phone and got sucked in.
Different story.
But
yeah.
I don't like that feeling of where someone's in person and they're just completely ignoring you for this digital world. I'm like, oh my god, like I feel like a miserable person.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something like when I was dating before Danielle, and then since we've been dating. And, like, my goal most of the time, so if Danielle and I are at dinner or having dinner together, like, we're not on our phones are down or in the pocket or in our purse, like, we're sitting there, we're present, and it's like, I don't know, maybe this is like a twisted competitive way to look at it, but it's like a point of pride to where, like, okay, we're out at dinner, we're out at breakfast, and we're just sitting talking to each other, not using the phones. And I don't know, there's a time and a place where the phones are certainly appropriate. Like sometimes, all right, we're on a road trip. We have to figure out like where we're going to eat at the next town we're at. So while we're eating at this one, we have to look at our phone and like figure that out, whatever. But it's just something I challenge myself to do, and that I think we've gotten pretty good at. And like, it's hard sometimes because it's your first instinct is to go like, cool. But if you can do it, it's nice.
Yeah, and some people, like my ex specifically, she was a manager, and so we were driving up to Vegas one time, and she made it a deal like, oh, I know you don't like me on my phone. I go, no, it's not that I don't like you on your phone. I don't care. I don't like ignoring me if we're having a conversation. Like, that's where I feel disrespected. I go, I'm a normal adult person. I understand you have a job. I understand you have responsibilities. That's not what I'm mad about. I'm not even mad. I just feel sad when we're having a talk and I just get ignored without me knowing. And then I feel like an idiot because I talked for 4 minutes.
Yeah. And
she was like, well, what do I, because I have to answer these texts or whatever. I go, that's fine. Just if we're talking and you get one, say, hey, sorry, this person texted me. I got to handle something. Great. Totally cool. We're good. Yep. Like, I don't mind that at all. As long as it's not, I wasn't listening. What? Well, now I feel like an asshole. And now I'm going to, be sad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, okay. Whatever. But if it's, hey, I'm sorry, my kid texted or whatever, absolutely. Just tell me. Yeah. Or just, hey, sorry, I got to deal with something. Because that was another thing. Yeah, where if I feel like some people, like I guess with the girl originally where the other guy's name popped up, they feel like they had to defend. It's like, I don't care. Yeah. Like, you're an adult, we're adult, we both know what's going on, that's okay. I'm not a jealous person or anything. I don't care. But sometimes people mistake that where I just want to know that I'm not being ignored, where it's like, well, I have to tell you everything I'm doing. No.
Right.
I just don't want to be disrespected. I feel like that's fair.
Very fair. Yes, very, very fair.
And that's something I do because I like to ease people's minds where if that comes up, I'll just go, hey, sorry, this person texted me about something. I just had to reply really quick, Yep. Like with you, it'd be like, hey, Clas is asking me about a date. I'm just going to text them back and then back in the pocket or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, just communicate. That's what so many things come down to. But with this, another one, we're just communicate. That's all we need.
Communication, guys.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yes. Disclosure day.
Speaking of communication.
Hey! Solid transition.
I love this movie.
Okay.
I loved it. I was expecting to be let down, which maybe that helped, but one of the biggest comments that I saw that stuck with me was they should have called this the day before Disclosure Day. And I was like, okay, so I'm expecting a lot of build up for no payoff.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever. Like, that'd be kind of lazy. I get that, whatever. And so they're going through it. It starts out, essentially, this guy... Oh, first of all, it starts... This is hilarious. It starts out with Lance Archer and Brian Cage in a wrestling match.
What?
Yeah! I saw Brian, and I went, oh, hang on, what? And they're just in a wrestling match. That's how the movie starts.
Whoa.
That's the first scene. And I remember I looked at the girl and I went, I'm sorry, I had no idea this was happening. I did not drag you to a wrestling movie. She was like, are these guys wrestlers? I went, I was actually just on a show with him, like last month.
Yeah.
And she was like, no way. I was like, yeah, like they're awesome. Both of them are really good.
Yeah.
And so that was funny. But yeah, it starts with that. And then essentially it's set really quick that this guy who, I forgot his name. I forgot all of their names, but he is the Snowden, where he has all the files, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets caught by these two agents, and they're like, hey, you're going to come with us. We're about to kill you, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, where's my girl? His girlfriend. I don't think they were married. But they essentially kidnapped her in exchange for this data, okay? Right. He was like, this was never supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to have her, blah, blah, blah. Well, then he has what... It's like a trigger, but he has to put a glove on. You can't touch the material with your own hand. So he puts the glove on and he holds it, and everyone's scared of it. And so he takes the girl, he takes the data, and he steals one of their cars and dips. Okay. And that's where he calls the person who ends up being like in charge of the rogue operation.
Okay.
And he's like, what the hell do? I have her. She was never supposed to be a part of this. And he was like, go somewhere where they would never expect, and unfortunately she's a part of it now. You know? So then this I thought was really funny. She goes to a mortuary. That's what they call it with the nuns, right?
A nunnery? Mortuary? I think mortuary
is like a church thing, isn't it?
To me it sounds like funeral, but let's find out. Mortuary.
That's a morgue. Mortuary. Is it mortuary like a...
Where deceased bodies are.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that is a morgue. So then what am I thinking of?
Nunnery. Religious residence building or community where nuns live under religious vows.
It was called something else at that.
Nunneries. But it was nuns?
Yeah, one of them was a nun.
Covenant?
Maybe.
Abbey, priory, cloister.
We'll call it a...
Cloister of nuns.
So, the nunnery.
Okay.
They get to the nunnery. I'll call it the church. They get to the church.
Sorry.
And she goes, trust me, they'll accept us here. She knocks. The head nun knows her and is like talking to her, and he's messed up. She's messed up. They were hit or whatever. And the nuns kind of just welcomes him in and helps her, and then is like, you're not welcome here, to him.
Okay.
Like, you're bad for her. I don't want you a part of this woman's life. And he was like, who are you? I've dated this girl for 3 years. I have no idea who you are. And that's where he finds out that she was trying to be a nun. Mm. And it was hilarious because this girl had no idea what he did for work.
Yeah.
And he is like, when were you going to tell me you were trying to be a nun? And she's like, excuse me? I just got kidnapped and abused over your job that I have no idea what it is, but we're going to talk about me? I was dying. I was like, that's hilarious. Great fit. And so he's like, okay. Yeah. And he kind of tells her, well, I've been in charge of this keeping data or whatever, and I found out something that I think the world needs to know.
Yeah.
So he's known about the aliens, but what happened is they started torturing them and doing experiments on them.
Humans started torturing aliens. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was like, the world needs to know that this is what's happening and it's not okay.
Sure.
And what was so interesting is, and I was like, why would they make this girl a nun? Like, I don't understand that. And he was like, so you don't believe in the faith? She's like, no, I'm very faithful. I just didn't think this life was for me. And she brought in the religion part of it. And she goes, what do you think this is going to do for people? And how do you think it's going to affect them if you release this information? And he's like, well, I don't know, but they deserve to know. And she was like, but you're going to topple like religions, and society's going to fall apart, and nobody's going to know how to process this, and they're going to go crazy. Like, you're going to do way more harm than good. And he was like, well, maybe if your religion can be toppled by this, it should be, you know? And so they got, like, it was like, oh, wow, we're getting into this. Like, all right, that's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. Like, we're 20 minutes in, and we're bringing in these existential crisis. So, yeah, sure, the struggle of, like, running away from the evil government agency is a conflict. But then there's this even deeper one where it's, is this actually the right thing to do or not?
Yeah.
Which I thought, and having, like, an actual person standing there and be against it, but also helping him, I thought was such a cool dynamic. I was like, oh, wow.
Dynamic.
Like,
yeah,
she's stuck and now involved in this, but she doesn't agree with him. Mm-hmm. And so now this girl who he should be able to trust more than anyone, he doesn't know if he can trust her. So it was like this crazy dynamic. He is like, okay, I'm going to leave in the morning. You stay here, because they have no idea what this place is. He leaves. She goes with him, of course. It's like, I'm not leaving you. I'm in this now, whatever. They leave. And he was like, you're much safer here. And she's like, really? Like last time I was safe. And so, great. This girl, dude, nailed it. She's badass. And they go. It's basically cat and mouse the whole time. I won't, like, bore you with details. But there's this one detail where they're at the safe house. And she's like, he goes, hey, I'm going to go make a call. I'm going to go for a walk. And then he looks at the bag with all the flash drives and looks at her. And they had just had a fight about what to do and how she doesn't agree with what he's doing. And he just, like, it's the way I was like, oh, that's a great bit. Like, he's like, I'm not going to leave these here with you because I don't trust you. But if he takes the bag, he's telling her, I don't trust you.
Right.
So he, like, stares at her and looks at the bag, and they both look at each other. And then he packs it up and puts it on his back and walks out. And so I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. I like that a lot, actually. So while he's on a walk, it goes to the government agency where they have their own, like, stone, right? And this time, the guy doesn't have a glove, and they put it in his hand. And he can actually, like, harness the power to then transport himself to where they are. And he even says, he goes, I can't lock in on the guy. I don't know what's going on. I can't lock in on him. And they called him, oh, he's an experiencer, I think is what they said. And he goes, I didn't know he was an experiencer. So he can't lock in on him. So he goes, tell me more about this girl. Finds out all these things about her. Zeroes in on her. Finds her. And then she's just walking around the house and she gets lightheaded. And she looks over at the kitchen table and the agent guy is sitting at the table.
Damn.
But he's locked up. He's hooked up to this machine. And he's holding the harness, right? So he's projecting himself into the scene with her. And she's like, what are you doing here? And he goes, don't worry about that. And he starts talking. And then as he gets more details, he's telling the people in the room what the details are of where they are.
Yeah.
And she's like, why are you saying that? Who are you talking to? He's like, don't worry about it. Stay with me. But she's lightheaded because she's like in this trance. She starts holding on to her cross so much that it starts bleeding.
Okay.
And so that's happening while he's making the call. He's making a call. While all this is going on, at the Kansas City News, this girl, or this news anchor, this woman, she's with her boyfriend who's like he's like a guitar boyfriend, like acoustic guitar boyfriend, right? Fine.
Yeah.
Like, that guy. Yeah. So she's like, oh, I'm late for work, blah, blah, blah. I got to do this. And then he's like, just sit down. Like, we got to talk about this. Like, we haven't even settled in here yet. And you're talking about moving again. I don't want to move again. She goes, but this isn't right. Like, I don't want to be here. They're in Kansas City. She doesn't want to be there. He does. Blah, blah, blah. Then this robin or this cardinal comes in their apartment and just kind of sits on the table and stares at her. And she's like, what is this? And just stares. And then the guy is going, what's going on? And she starts speaking Russian. And he thinks she's joking. And then she starts just talking to him in Russian. And he gets freaked out. And he goes, stop. Like, just stop. And he, like, gets the bird out of the apartment and turns around. She goes, okay, I'm going to go for work. And he's like, what was that about? She goes, I'm late. I don't know what you're talking about. We'll talk about this tonight. And leaves. So then on the way to the work, she gets pulled over by a cop. And she goes, hey, I'm really sorry. I have to be on the news. I have to be live in like 4 minutes. Can you please let me go? Like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, I know who you are. I don't care about your deadlines, blah, blah, blah. She then tells him about his family and starts going into everything about this guy's personal life and goes, I think you should go and stop by and grab your wife's favorite flowers. They're these. I think if you put them in this vase and take them home, she'll be really appreciative of it, especially today. And he's like, huh? She goes, okay, so I'm going to go now. Got it? Thank you. And she just drives away. And he's sitting there. She is like Jedi mind tricking people without knowing she's doing it. Whoa. She's just, she's not doing it maliciously. Like, she has no idea. So then they're like, hey, you're late. And she's like doing hair and makeup on the way to live TV. And they just throw her on. They're like, okay, they give her the rundown. They throw her on. They cut to her. And she starts speaking in like clicks and like a tongue. Like, she starts speaking in tongues. Ooh. And they get freaked out. So they cut. And then she faints on the ground. So the guy who's making a call, they go, hey, we just saw this on Kansas City News. We need you to get there immediately. And he's looking, and when he watches the video that's gone viral now of this news anchor, this weather woman, talking in tongues, he goes, why is this so important? And the guy who sent it goes, what are you talking about? He goes, she's just saying, like, have a good day. And he goes, wait, you can understand her? He's like, yeah, you can't? Like, she's speaking English. And they go, you need to get her immediately and get to this thing. Yeah. So he can understand her. Nobody else in the world can, right? So they're connected somehow. Yeah. They find out where the safe house is. They break it. He breaks his girlfriend out. But now he knows that the girlfriend can be, like, compromised. Yeah. Because she tries to kill him on the way, like, when they're escaping. And that, like, her eyes are brown. And then they cut back to being blue. And he goes, oh, shit, they got her. Like, they can zone in on her. But every time this guy zones in, the evil government guy, he, like, it takes a toll on his health. Like, his blood pressure tanks. Like, he almost died. Okay. And they're like, we're not putting you back in there for a while. Yeah. He's all right, whatever. So, again, I like it because there's rules now. Yeah. Like, it's not just like, oh, why doesn't he just teleport again and get her, you know? It's like, oh, no, like, this almost kills him every time. Yep. So I like that. Yep. So, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward. They finally get connected. This girl, she ends up in the hospital. She goes, wait, why is that FBI agent here? And the boyfriend's like, what are you talking about? She goes, they're talking about us. They're trying to take us. We need to go. And the doctor comes in. She goes, hey, why is that guy here? His name's Agent whatever. And she goes, I don't know who that is. And she goes, oh, okay. They're lying. We have to go. So they leave. They're on the run. They get to a gas station. The boyfriend calls the FBI and lets her know. She knows that happens, so she ditches him. Yeah. She just leaves. So she's gone. Finally, the guy with the flash drives gets captured. Okay. And they bring him in, and they get all of the data. They're on this, like, Air Force base or whatever base. She drives up, Jedi mind tricks her way in. Just full-blown, like, drives through, red car, so obvious. just tells the guard something. He lets her in, walks straight to where the trailer that they're in, and everybody who comes up to her, they like there's like a force field around her. Yeah. They can't like touch her. She just walks into where they're interrogating him, and that's where they finally meet. And there's like this weird moment, and then just convinces the evil agent guy. She actually transforms into his late wife, and tells him like, just let him go. You know this isn't right. Just let him go. They leave. And everyone that comes up to stop them, she grabs and transports or transforms into somebody from their life that they like want and love, and they all just get like freaked out and let her leave. Whoa. Yeah, it's crazy, and you're just like, what is this woman? Like, what is happening to her? And they get in the car, they leave. Finally, they make it to the ultimate safe house where the rogue operation is, right? They're building something the whole time. Like every time it cuts to the guy who's in charge, you're seeing like he's at like a construction site. So they're building something. You don't know what it is until they get there. It's her childhood house. And they're like excited to see her. And she goes, "Why the fuck did you make my house?" Yeah. And he goes, "We're going to recreate the time that you saw them to then see if we can tap into their power." Because if we have you on our side, and if they know you, then when we drop this information, we have you who can communicate with them.
That's the bridge.
But there's two bridges. She is the bridge to them. The guy is the bridge from her to the humans.
Right.
Because he can understand her. So she can't speak the language, she can only understand it. Oh. He can understand it and say it in English.
Right. Whoa.
It's so weird. Yeah, it's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, all of this is falling into it. Finally, dude, the way they built, I was like, this is unreal. Like, the way that they get to the newscast and everything, right? The girlfriend was ditched. They ditched her. She's like gone. She went back to the nuns. Finally, she sees where they're going. She goes to the Kansas City news station where they're going to release the files, right?
Yeah.
She has the magic stone or whatever, the alien technology. She gets there, she busts past security, gets in through the door, and the agency keeps shutting down the power. So she gets on the screen, and they're like, all right, we're ready to go live in 3, and the power goes out.
Yeah.
So while that's happening, he's uploading all the files, all of the surveillance. They have files of Nixon, like literally Nixon is shaking hands with aliens.
Whoa.
And walking and going, okay, come here, and they're having meetings. Whoa. Like it goes that far, yeah. And there's like UFO sightings and crazy crop circles, all these things, and like visually, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, this is awesome. So then the power keeps getting shut down, and the agents bust through the door, and they're finally to where they can get them. And then the girlfriend makes it in, and she has the stone, and she turns the power back on. And the power back on, and they go live, and the lead agent just goes, okay, and he sits down. And like his right hand man is like, what are you doing? We have to do something. He goes, it's done.
Yeah, whoa.
And he just sits down.
Okay.
And at that moment, I'm like, oh my God. Like the way that they built. Then she goes, attention, Kansas, I have some breaking news. And essentially goes, aliens are here. They've been alive. You deserve to know. And this is what's happening to them. And they just start showing videos, clip after clip after clip. And it's really cool because then you see the back end of the news where they're calling CBS in Washington, D.C. and all these different routes. And they go, look at our feed in Kansas City. Look at our feed. And you see it take over the entire world.
Cool.
And the head CNN is like, I don't know what's going on. This is appear to be declassified files. I don't know what this is about. And then like the news anchor does such a good job for the CNN because she's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. I don't know if these are fake. These are told to me to be declassified government files that have been leaked. She goes, our world is changing right now. I don't know what's happening. And she's getting like emotional, and they're just showing the whole world start to see everything. Then they wheel an alien in. And he's like the one that they saved who is getting tortured, and he's giant. And they wheel him in, and then the camera shifts over, and they show the alien talk to, like, meet the boy and the man and the woman. And he sees them, and then he, like, hugs them and whispers something into their ear. And then she goes, he wants me to say this. So then she walks back to the screen, and that's where it cuts out.
Whoa.
And everybody was so mad, and I was like, how are you mad?
Yeah.
They gave you everything.
Yeah.
They showed the world finding out. They showed the actual alien conversing with them for the first time. They paid everything off that they had built to beautifully, and then they just ended with, and now the world's a different place.
Yeah.
Like, did you want, oh, well, let's go into another hour of how this affected the whole world? Like, I don't know, maybe, sure, but that's part 2, maybe.
Right.
Like, oh my God, it was beautiful.
That's cool.
Dude, the build is insane. And the thing that I think I love most is Spielberg didn't do like, oh, suspenseful, what's the alien gonna look like? They just show the alien in the footage like you would. Yeah. It's like, oh, it looks like how we think they do.
Right.
Okay. And then, but there's still this mystique about when you see it live for the first time.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's in a wheelchair, it's beat up. It has its own like case around it, and then it gets up by itself and brings itself out. And it was just such a crazy moment. Like, I have goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah. Where
it was built too beautifully. The rules all made sense. There was not one time where I was like, oh, that's stupid. It was like just the layers of conflict in it were amazing.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend who goes back to the nuns, she goes to the head nun, and she goes, what would you do if you found out that aliens were real? And she goes, well, like, what do you mean? She goes, do you think that as humans we would stop believing in God? And she's like, no. She goes, really? You don't think we'd stop believing in God? She goes, how selfish are we to think that our all-powerful God only made us?
Yeah.
And that was what clicked with his girlfriend. And she was like, oh, I'm in now. Yeah. And she went back to go. And I was like, wow, like that. It's so cool that they brought up every dilemma a human could have in it.
Right.
And explored that conflict.
That's super.
And then like gave an explanation as to why these people made the decision.
Yep.
And I'm so impressed that like they were just, okay, we're going to talk about religion in this. Like 20 minutes in, I was like, oh, I love this movie already.
Yes.
Like there's all these different conflicts and methodologies, and we're just going to be upfront about it. Like we're not going to tease anything. We're just going to treat this as if it's a conflict with data.
Yep.
Like, this is awesome.
Yep.
And there's just the drama with it. And the government agency, like the guy in charge was in charge for 30 years of keeping it under wraps and all these things. And like he just flew too close to the sun. And and the leader of the rogue operation and him were like kind of friends. They just saw it differently.
Whoa, okay.
So like they have a conversation on a phone earlier. Oh no, he does the magic thing, where he teleports to him.
Yeah. And
the guy can feel it coming. So he goes, everyone needs to get out of here right now. Because he knows as soon as that guy sees anything in the background, he'll lock into it. Mm-hmm. So he tells everyone to get out. And they're in like the model house that they're making.
Yeah.
And they have a conversation. And they just talk. And he's like, why would you go rogue on us? You know this isn't the right thing. And he's like, you know that these people deserve to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Like, we can't keep hiding this. And we can't do this to the aliens. And they're having like just a discussion where you can see both viewpoints.
Yeah.
And like you can tell that they have a relationship, which is so cool. But then two guys, or a guy and a woman, come in to like update the lead on something, and he sees them. And he goes, I told you to get out. So they leave again. And then the guy cuts out of the teleportation, and he goes, this person and this person, where were they? And he goes, this is who we found. So then they cut it with when they deserted the operation.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they left on Monday. They were part of the deserters. This is where they're from. This is the last place they were seen. And they were able to triangulate the location.
Whoa.
So it's like, wow, like there are so many smart people here. And they're just like, they're taking it. It's like a chess match.
Yeah.
And then they get to the model house, but she ends up making the whole thing go invisible.
Wow.
because she now has the power, and she had their stone, so she makes it go invisible. And that was a great scene where like their special operations team is charging because they can only see the stone.
Yeah.
Everything else is invisible.
Yep.
So he goes, go after it. So he chases it, and they're running through windows and stuff. Like, so you just see their point of view where it's invisible, and their SWAT team's like falling over things.
Yeah.
And they're like they have a whole team of people that they're loading up into a fire truck that's also invisible. And then they hear a siren and they start freaking out, and the fire truck starts bursting through their like cop cars. Oh, it's so cool. But yeah, you see their dynamic, these two leaders.
Yeah.
And then when he sits down and he gives up, and the leader of the rogue operation wheels in the alien, before the alien gets out, he walks over to him and just like puts a hand on his shoulder. Like, okay, we're here now.
We're here now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was like, this is happening.
That's
like,
so
it was just
cool.
so cool.
Yeah. This is like probably the first movie that you've talked about where I'm like, yeah, I would see that.
Oh, I think you would love it.
100%. Yeah.
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 It was just because it wasn't scary.
Right.
It was just intense, and you're just the stakes of everything. And it reminded me in a way of Arrival, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. But this is such a different take on it
Sure.
that I was like, oh, I like this.
Yeah.
Like Arrival, the world knows these aliens are here because they just show up.
Yeah.
But this involves the government corruption side of it, and the politics on that end, and the fact that it's under wraps, and like what's the moral thing to do here.
Right, which is
my
congruent
God.
with like a lot of the stories we hear now, so it has like that real aspect
100%.
to it. Dude, that's sweet. Yeah, I'll see that for sure.
Dude, the security footage is so cool. You're like, you just see Nixon, and he's just hanging out with. Oh yeah, he was talking. The girl, when she sees it for the first time, she goes, "Nixon? Who's he talking to?" He's like, "Oh, that's like some famous movie star." He goes, "He was such a fan of his, he wanted to be cool." So him being cool is taking this movie star to see these aliens. It's like, what? Like,
Yeah.
and now we have footage of that? Like, that's insane.
Wow.
It was very, very cool. I always liked Spielberg.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge, like, I have such a respect for him, but I don't go out of my way to like, I haven't seen all Spielberg films.
Yeah, no.
But I saw this one and I was like, man, like he is so good.
Yeah.
Like, he is so good at what he does.
Yes, you gotta respect it. But no, this was a nice little switch up from the horror. Looking forward to getting back to the horror stuff. And I like this. This is a nice little curveball. So thanks for sharing. This was really good.
It was beautiful. You guys need to go see Disclosure Day, even for the visuals.
Yeah.
Just to see, because I just told you the movie, but I promise you, seeing it is its own experience.
Sure. Okay.
Like, you're just gonna be like, wow, this is so cool.
Okay.
Because there are points where it's like generic action scene,
Of course.
but with the stakes and the dynamics and her being programmed into and all these things, you're like, oh, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening right now?
Yeah. So, would you say they do a good job of building up the story so that the moves, aka the action scene, can be whatever?
100%.
Because they did such a good job telling the story and setting the stage to get to that
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
And the scene was shot in a way where it looked like a nerdy IT guy trying to get away from
Great.
like a police force.
As it should.
And it wasn't like a Fast and the Furious Baby Driver type tight choreography, awesome stunt driving. It was, this guy's just gonna ram through the house, and then the house isn't gonna let him in, and he's gonna be struggling, and the cops are gonna be like, what is happening? And they're gonna try to, and the scene, like the way it was shot, it doesn't look like they're going 100 miles an hour. Like, they're going 40 miles an hour maybe through this wooded area, and they're trying to, like, it was very real.
Wow.
Where I was like, oh wow, this is intense. But if you're like a movie watcher and like you don't care much about the realism, you might be bored.
Sure.
You might just be like, wow, this looks lame.
Sure.
But to me, it's like, well, that's what it would actually look like.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, they're not going to go 100 miles an hour through a wooded area.
Right.
And it was shot in like long standing shots so you could see how slow they were going and all these things. Like, oh my God, it was so well done.
Oh, love it.
And then when he does get captured, I'm just like, well, now what?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, what's happening? It was so good. Everything about it. I might go watch it again. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I think this, instead of me selling you on these stories, it's just selling me to watch the movies again.
I know. Like, I was going to say it, bro. Like, there's so many times you've gotten through it, you're like, man, yeah, I think I'm going to go watch it again. That's like the conclusion 100%. Of it.
Yeah. I have to see. I know Obsession is on streaming now.
Okay.
If you and Danielle want to have a movie night in and be terrified.
That's an idea.
Circle back to Obsession real quick. There was an interview that I read where Curry, the director, was talking about how in a future film he's going to have a news report just playing in the background where it's woman found guilty of triple homicide.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, so like that spoils that Nikki didn't get away with it. They just go, oh, you murdered these people and now you're a psych. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so bad for this woman. Like, that's the worst possible scenario.
Yes. She comes out of it and now she's just in trouble.
Yeah. Now you're painted as this demonic monster who massacred your best friends. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. I also, like, am a big mark for when shows and or movies, like, converge like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love when I don't know what it is, but I just love that. So even that little nod, and there's, like, a nugget with it. I'm all about that. I think that's so cool when directors do that.
Yeah. From everything I see, I don't know if you've seen this sketch. It's definitely more my type of humor than yours, but it's these boys and they're hanging out at like a boys trip, and they get to their Airbnb, and at the Airbnb there's a hot tub, and the hot tub says something like no clothes allowed or something like that, like don't wear jeans in the hot tub or whatever. But he's like trying to get his friends naked, and they're like, dude, we just wear suits. He goes, no man, I guess we gotta go naked. Like, oh man, I mean I don't want to, but I guess we all have to do, like, one of those. And it just gets so awkward. It's so funny. He directed it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, he directed Obsession. So I'm just like, it's when I saw his face, because Damon told me about it. Yeah. Damon was like, dude, that guy does like sketch comedy. And I was like, really? And then I remembered seeing his face in that skit, and I go, the fact that he can go from this to this, what I think is a horror masterpiece, is just awesome. Like, I'm already on board. Whatever he does, I'm gonna go see.
Yeah, what a range! Like, you gotta love that. Yeah, of course. Some people just have talent, man. Some people just have it, no matter what they decide to do. So, very cool, dude. I love you. I have to go get a haircut in 30 minutes. Yes, go get a haircut. Sweet. I think we're done. I think so too. Heck yeah. Yeah. So we talked for an hour. We did a 2-hour podcast. It's just so good to see you. It is good to see you. And next Friday. Hell yeah. Pretty City Express is back, baby. Toot toot. That's right. Friday and Saturday. LA to Phoenix. Let's go. Hell yeah. It's going to be a good time. Yeah. I'm so excited. Me too. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. We will see you next week. Maybe an in-person pod. Ooh. We'll see. I kind of like this setup because it's way easier, but we'll see if we can do it in person. This is very easy, yeah. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys. All right. See you guys.